You pass a stranger on the street. You have never seen this face before in your life. But in less than a second, your brain has already decided something about them. Trustworthy or not. Friendly or dangerous. You didn't choose this. It just happened. This is the stranger effect. And it is far older than you are. Think about the last time you met someone new. A job interview, a first date, a new neighbor at the door. Before they said a single word, you already had a feeling. Warm, cold, safe, suspicious. Your brain built an entire verdict out of nothing but a face. Psychologist Alexander Todorov ran an experiment that proved just how fast this happens. He showed people photos of unfamiliar faces for 1/10 of a second. That's faster than a blink. And still, participants rated strangers as trustworthy or not, competent or not, with startling consistency. 1/10 of a second. That's all your brain needs to write a verdict. But here's the strange part. This verdict is almost never based on anything real. It's not based on what the person has done. It's not based on what they've said. It's based on shape, curve of the mouth, width of the eyes, angle of the brow. Why would evolution wire you this way? To understand that, you have to go back. Not centuries, tens of thousands of years. Back to a time when a stranger wasn't an inconvenience at a coffee shop. A stranger was a life or death decision. Imagine you are standing at the edge of your camp 60,000 years ago. A figure approaches from the tree line. You do not know this person. You do not know their tribe. You do not know if they carry food or a weapon or disease. You have seconds to decide, not minutes. Seconds. Do you run? Do you fight? Do you offer them water? Anthropologist Robin Dunbar has spent decades studying how human social groups evolved, and his research points to something crucial. For most of human history, people lived in small bands, 50 individuals, maybe 150 at most. Everyone in that group you knew. Their face, their voice, their history with you. A stranger broke that pattern completely, and a broken pattern to an ancient brain meant only one thing: danger until proven otherwise. So your ancestors' brains built a shortcut, a fast, rough, snap judgment machine. It didn't need to be accurate, it just needed to be fast enough to keep them alive one more day. You inherited that machine. It still runs, right now, every time you meet someone new. Here is where it gets stranger. That snap judgment your brain makes, it's often wrong. Todorov's later research found that people's split-second read of a face barely correlates with the person's actual honesty, actual kindness, actual danger. You are not reading their character. You are reading their bone structure. A rounder face, softer eyes, a slight upward curve at the corners of the mouth. These read as trustworthy to your brain, regardless of who is actually behind them. A stronger jaw, deeper set eyes. These read as threat, even on someone who has never hurt a soul. Your brain isn't judging the person. It's pattern matching a face to an ancient template built from a world that no longer exists. So why hasn't this shortcut disappeared? Wouldn't evolution have corrected such an unreliable system by now? Neuroscientist and economist Paul Zak studied something that might explain why the system persists. His research on trust found that the hormone oxytocin surges in your brain during moments of social bonding, even fleeting ones. A returned smile, steady eye contact, a calm tone of voice. Your body rewards trust-building signals instantly, whether or not that trust is actually warranted. In other words, your brain isn't built to find the truth about a stranger. It's built to make a fast decision and move on. Truth was a luxury your ancestors couldn't always afford. Speed was survival. Now bring this back to your own life. Think about the last interview you walked into. The hiring manager formed an impression of you before you said a word. Not because they were careless, because their brain is running software installed 100,000 years ago. Think about the last time you swiped left or right on a dating app, deciding in under a second whether a stranger deserved your attention. That's not shallow. That's ancient. Think about the customer service worker judged as rude simply because of a resting expression they didn't choose, or the kind stranger avoided on a dark street simply because their face didn't fit an outdated template of safety. None of this is really about them. It's about the machine running quietly behind your eyes, one built for a world of 60 people and immediate danger, now running in a world of 8 billion people and almost none. Here's the twist that should unsettle you a little. This ancient machine isn't just judging strangers. It's shaping who gets hired, who gets believed, who gets a second chance,